Good morning. It's getting a little rainy down here in Florida, folks. It's getting a little bit rainy. Jay Cash, thank you for this incredible workout gear, man. Really, really, really like it. It's Thursday morning. Every Tuesday, Thursday, I like to bring a rhythm to you, folks. I like to bring a rhythm. Life happens in a rhythm. Heart beats in a rhythm. Thank you, Anita Hill, for being so committed. That's what we're talking about today. We're talking about long obedience in the same direction, folks. I'm in a 21, 28-day series, Sean Wright, about flipping the switch leading up to a one-day boot camp. Be good for you to get all your agents on there. It's $57. I'm going to break down the entire selling system. Peter O'Neill, thank you for being committed. Greg Hurst, thank you for being committed. Ryan Shive, you're committed. Kenneth's committed. Okay? All of this is leading up to October 29th, folks. Big day with me. One full day. Whole selling system. $57. No excuses. Excuse is a self-proclaimed opt-out. You could do it. You should do it. You know you should do it, but you back out of it. Good morning, Brian King. Chandra Adams. Chandra. Good morning to you, folks. 21 days flipping the switch. Today we're talking about commitment. And we live in a world of decommitment. We live in a world, and I know why now, after years and years and years of studying human nature, I get it, man. What happens is we overcommit to things, and then we don't follow through. We undercommit to things, and we don't follow through. Or we commit to things, and we just can't see them through to their conclusion. And this is a problem. I'm a person that believes that commitment is something you see something through to its conclusion. I'm a big believer in long obedience in the same direction, Zach Miller. I'm a big believer that there's a difference between being inspired and being motivated. Inspiration is where an idea gets a hold of me and it's trying to take me to a place I want to go to. Motivation is where I, irrespective of my feelings, take the idea and see it through to its conclusion. Now, this is where the big boys and the big girls play. Okay, the big boys and the big girls play at a level that they don't listen to their feelings. Okay, they see something through to its conclusion. They fight through their scared feelings. They learn to commit, man. And I remember when I took over as a basketball coach, I committed. I committed to staying through till I won a championship, Brad Fowler. I didn't start and stop and start and stop. I didn't know how long it was going to take me. I got job offers from people all over the world. Could have went and been a college basketball coach at 25. Could have made more money in the business sector. But I committed, Doug Peacock. I said, I'm going to win a championship at this school. It took me 10 years, 120 hours a week. I committed. I looked my boss right in the eyeballs. And I said, man, I ain't leaving until I win a championship. I ain't leaving until I win a championship. For you, commitment means backing something up with action. It is not a commitment when you're trying to flip the switch, because here's what happens to people. They get excited, they flip the switch. They get excited, the prey drive's activated. And they do not have this, really what I talked about the other day, the persistence and intensity. Now, then they're going to use a bunch of excuses. I'm too busy, right? Too busy being fabulous. I overcommitted. I got too many things going on. And that would be, folks, an excuse. Okay, let's get real. All right, let's get real. Okay, I don't buy excuses well. I got 2 kids. I got a wife. I got a thriving business. I got faith. I got 1,000 people to coach a month. I don't ever say, man, I got too much going on. When I commit to something, I'm committed. Now, there's a difference between obligation, Dorian Deshawn, and commitment. Obligation is where you've obligated yourself to something that you don't care about. You're obligated, but you ain't committed. You're interested, but you ain't committed. Now, you guys tell me, because this is where the rubber meets the road. You guys tell me, do you think you really get to the next level by obligating or committing to something? Okay? You tell me if you're obligated to something or if you're committed to something, because that's a big difference. Commitment to something is where you're willing to see it through to its logical conclusion. Okay, you're willing to see it through to its logical conclusion. That means you work the muscle. You go the distance. You don't stop, right? Eugene Peterson, Tom Hamill wrote the book, Long Obedience in the Same Direction. What a great title, man. Long obedience in the same direction, which means you can't deter me away from my commitment. I'm committed. I'm in. I'm not obligated. I'm committed. And committed means I'm going to, remember that word motivate. We're going to see it through to its logical conclusion. We're going to take an idea. We could have got inspired. We could have got inspired by somebody, but we're going to take the idea. We're going to see it through to its logical conclusion, which means we're going to take it all the way. Now, may work, Mark, may not work. May work for you, may not work for you. We don't know until we see it all the way through to its logical conclusion. Now, you guys know that I'm part of a gym now, F45, and here's what I see people do. They work out every now and then. They come in randomly, then they miss a week, then they don't work out on their own, then they get behind in their weight, then they go back and work out again, only to lose a little bit of weight and get in better shape, or the diet. This is important. I see this in Monster Health. People want to lose weight, so they get on a diet, then they get off the diet, then they gain the weight back, then they start over. Here's the deal. They're not committed. You're not trying to do something one time. You're trying to build a habit. You're not trying to exercise. You're trying to get in great shape. You're not trying, you understand what I'm saying? You're not trying to eat a healthy meal. You're trying to build a healthy life. You're not trying to make one sales call. You're trying to be committed to make calls every day. So what we're doing is there's a difference, J Cash, between dabbling and deciding. Most people dabble. They dabble. Then big time people decide. I'm going. Okay, I'm going all the way. I'm not stopping. I'm totally 100% committed to seeing this through to its conclusion. And that's unfortunately where we live in a world of people who the first thing that comes along, they decommit to something. And you don't want to do that. If you want to be a big time person. Now, let me finish with something that's real important. Because I did a coaching session yesterday with David Perez's team, one of my favorite coaching students. And we talked about remaining in a humble position and having a real awareness of where you are in the world. See, a lot of people experience a level of success, and that level of success to them is bigger than they've ever had. And then they start believing, I don't need anything, man. I'm good. That level of success may be $100,000 a year. It may be $150,000 a year. It may be $250,000 a year. Then they move from a hungry position, Jose Garcia and Corey Dodds, to a static position. I'm good. Don't need any coaching, man. I'm real successful. I'm real successful, right? The way you're looking, it's all wrong. The way you should be looking at this is, who is the number one person in my industry? Not in the state of Tennessee, if you live in Tennessee. Not in the state of Florida. Not in the Southeast. You should be asking yourself, who's the number one person on planet Earth? Who's the number one person in the United States? What are they doing versus what I'm doing? And if they're doing more than you, then you're not good. You're doing okay, right? Like I have a humility of where I am in relationship to somebody doing what I do at a higher frequency. I'm hungry. I'm humble. I'm teachable. I'm coachable. I have a beginner's mind. I don't get to a certain revenue number or financial position and go, you know what? I don't need any coaching, man. I'm good. And I can't tell you how many people do this. It's a false positive, as Matt Monero says. You lull yourself into believing that I'm good. Just because you're better off than that dude over there or that girl over there don't mean you're where you need to be. Compare up. Big time people look up and compare up. They don't look down. They don't go, man, I'm doing better than those dudes are. They ought to be saying, that dude is doing 10 times the amount I'm doing. What do I need to do to get to that level? So I want to encourage you this morning. If you don't get back to this humble position, you get static. You get lazy. You get complacent. And you start really buying your own hype. And as a coach, you start reading your own newspaper clippings. You start telling yourself how good you are and how you're in a good position. You got good money, right? Let me tell you something. No matter how much money you got, it ain't enough. I was telling a woman last night, and I was trying to help her. She had something come along, and she said, man, I can't do this because I got to do this. I said, there's a bigger problem here. If you can't invest $500 in yourself, if $500 will break your whole financial system, you got financial problems. You need to get yourself in a financial position that $500 doesn't phase you. $5,000 doesn't phase you. $50,000 doesn't phase you. And if you're not in that position, you're not good. You're not good. You don't have 6 to 9 months of emergency money, you're not good. Quit telling yourself that you're good. My buddy Matt Monero talked about this in the book, You Need More Money. You're not in a good position if you can't spend $500 and your whole personal financial situation would break down over $500, man. Quit telling yourself you're good, because you're not good. It frustrates me because I see so many people as a coach every day that tell themselves, oh, I'm good, man. I'm good. I got $10,000 in the bank. No, you ain't good. You don't need 10,000. Okay, you need a whole lot more than 10,000 in this lifetime for something that's going to happen. So what does that cause you to do? Work the muscle. Pick up the phone. Be committed to your family. Be committed to your future. Get real. All progress starts by telling the truth. I'm not good. I'm doing good in comparison to the way I used to be, but I'm nowhere close to what I'm capable of doing. And until you get in that humble position, you can't get to the next level, man. You don't even know what the next level looks like. Okay? So what's the word today, Tommy, Lisa, Corey? The word today is commitment. And we got to recommit, people, every single day. I'm going to see something through to its logical conclusion, and I'm not stopping. I'm not decommitting. I'm not backing out. I'm not reversing course. I'm not getting distracted. The word distract means to pull apart. I'm staying focused on where I want to go. That's how you flip the switch, folks. Garrett, thank you. Look up, reach up, folks, to people doing something bigger than you. Quit looking at those folks doing nothing, going, oh, I'm doing better than that dude is. Well, of course, that dude ain't doing anything. I'm only interested at this point in my life in coaching people who are serious. People that will commit to something and see it through. Jay Cash committed to me. He stuck with me 3 or 4 years. His income's up 3, 4, 5 times. He's doing bigger things than he's ever done. You know why? Because he's committed. He's committed. Okay, you look at Carrie Ann Sear, who committed to me 7 years ago to be her coach. Look at what she's doing. $27 million a month in the mortgage business. You look at Tommy Davidson, who committed to me 7 years ago, who's seen it through to its conclusions, doing more real estate deals, and went from number 43 to number 4. These people committed. They didn't dabble, okay, which is why they're, boom, going. Daniel Hodges committed to me 2 or 3 years ago. Look at what's happening in his life. He's committed, man. He's got his own little monster group in Memphis. These people are committed. They don't dabble with their potential, folks. They don't get in and get out. They don't start and quit. They see it through. And that's how you got to get, man. I'm sorry I got to be hard on you, but sometimes a coach has got to get real with you. See it through, or don't. I had a coach once that said, be all in or get out, man. Either be all in or get out. So let's go do this, okay? Come on, Peter O'Neill. You're tired of playing small. That's flipping the switch, baby. October 29th, get your tickets. I'll post in the links. 1 full day with me, virtually. Love you guys.